Imagine being caught in the middle of a storm so fierce that you think you won't survive. The waves crash violently, the winds howl like 1,000 voices screaming in the darkness, and the boat beneath you feels like a toy tossed around by an angry sea. You shout, you panic, but the one person who can save you is fast asleep. This is exactly what happened to Jesus' disciples one fateful night on the Sea of Galilee. They were experienced fishermen, men who had seen many storms before. But this time they knew it was different. The storm was relentless, and fear gripped their hearts. Would they drown? Had they followed Jesus only to meet their end in the deep? What happened next would prove that no storm is greater than the power of Jesus Christ. Welcome to Bible Breakdown, where we bring Bible stories to life through powerful cinematic storytelling. Jesus and his disciples had been ministering to crowds all day. As the sun set, Jesus, exhausted from teaching, told his disciples, "Let us go over to the other side." Mark 4:35, they set sail across the Sea of Galilee, a body of water known for its sudden and violent storms due to the surrounding mountains. As they sailed, Jesus fell asleep at the stern of the boat, resting on a cushion, Mark 4:38. While he slept, a terrifying storm arose. The waves crashed into the boat, and water began to fill it. The disciples, despite their experience as fishermen, could not control the boat. Panic took over. In sheer terror, the disciples ran to Jesus and shook him awake. "Teacher, don't you care if we drown?" they cried, Mark 4:38. At that moment, Jesus, still waking from sleep, did something extraordinary. He stood up, faced the roaring storm, and spoke just 3 words. "Peace, be still," Mark 4:39. The miracle, the winds obey their creator. Instantly the wind stopped, the waves calmed. The sea became like glass, silence, stillness, peace. The disciples, still trembling, stood in awe. They had seen Jesus heal the sick, cast out demons, and teach with authority, but this was different. "Who is this? Even the wind and the waves obey him." They whispered among themselves, Mark 4:41. The power of fear versus the power of faith. Fear had overtaken the disciples. Instead of trusting that Jesus was with them, they focused on the storm rather than the Savior. Jesus turned to them and asked, "Why are you so afraid? Do you still have no faith?" Mark 4:40. This was not just a question, it was a challenge. Did they truly believe in the power of the one they followed? Impact on history and prophecy. What this means for us today. This story is more than just a miracle. It is a lesson for all believers. Life will bring storms. There will be moments of fear, times when you feel like you are drowning in problems. But Jesus is always in the boat with you. The disciples thought that because Jesus was asleep, he didn't care, but Jesus was teaching them, and us, that faith means trusting God even when he seems silent. Your storm is not greater than your Savior. How many times have you felt like the disciples? You're facing financial struggles, health issues, broken relationships, or overwhelming fear. You cry out, "God, don't you care?" But just like on that stormy night, Jesus is right there. He sees, he hears, he is in control. Your storm is not the end of your story. Are you ready to trust him? Jesus asked his disciples, "Why are you afraid?" Today he asks you the same question. Will you let fear rule your life? Or will you trust that Jesus has the power to calm any storm you face? If you believe in the power of Jesus over every storm in your life, comment "Peace, be still," and share this message to encourage someone today.